We have called together the Sunday Roundtable this morning, and joining us is Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh, Republican political analyst Rob Gray. Great to see you guys. Thanks for coming in.
So it's Michelle Wu versus Annissa Essaibi-George. Lots to digest here, but here are the key questions. Will this be a contest of ideas? Will it turn ugly? And will Boston voters finally tune in? Marianne.
The gloves are off already,
Yeah.
and we saw that on election night. Michelle Wu comes out at 10 o'clock, says she's in the race, and really speaks in lofty goals about the big challenges in facing Boston. As we approach midnight in the 11 o'clock hour, on comes Annissa Essaibi-George, and I felt like I was watching the 90s again. Cambridge, Harvard, elitist. It was like the old Republican playbook from the 90s, trying to define Michelle Wu as too liberal, too leftist. So I think what you're going to see is Annissa's a street fighter. Michelle's going to let her be one until she comes out more in sorrow than anger and says, this is a negative race. Let's stop it. But make no mistake about it, Michelle Wu will make sure that Annissa gets defined by her campaign through third parties, the media, and others. In the meantime, this is going to be a doozy of a race.
So ugly or ideas? Rob.
Well, I think the back of the envelope, ideas, is going to have nothing to do with it. It's going to be sort of defining people broadly. It's going to be far left versus moderate. It's going to be Elizabeth Warren versus Marty Walsh, progressive versus practicality. I think that's what Essaibi-George wants to set up the race to be, and we'll see whether Boston voters really want a far left solution like an Elizabeth Warren clone like Michelle Wu or not, if they want somebody who's more like Marty Walsh was.
Which brings us to the next question. Do Boston voters care? The turnout was not good. Didn't hit 110,000 on an electorate that's roughly, 400,000 or so. And there were even far fewer than in 2013 when neither candidate was an incumbent. And again, there's not an incumbent running this time around. So what happened? Rob, let me start with you.
Well, preliminary elections are like the opening act at a concert, right? Are you going for the Rolling Stones or are you going for the opening act? Everybody's still in the parking lot tailgating for the preliminary, okay? They don't show up. So they're going to show up at the general in November. Turnout was off a little bit. I think that probably shows dissatisfaction with all the candidates. I think conservative Boston voters sat this out in the prelim, and they're going to see what happens in the general.
But I have to tell you, I went to a concert one time, and Bo Diddley was the opening act, and he was better than the secondary act. But go ahead.
You were one of the few.
I was one of the few. I know.
Right? Everybody else missed it.
Right.
The turnout was pathetic. Let me say that again. Pathetic. Boston has 430,000 voters, okay? 108,000 voted, 25% barely. Not even a year ago, last November, 295,000 people turned out to vote against Donald Trump. Let me tell you, I hear what Rob's saying, but that's not true anymore in the post-Trump era, where people are trying to take over school committees, city councils. They're fighting for their voting rights. Get out there and vote. There is no excuse why everybody shouldn't turn out in November.
There's a pandemic. There are tons of excuses.
November.
Yeah.
There was last November, and we had 295,000 people vote against Trump. You need to vote for mayors. You need to vote for school committees. You need to vote for everybody.
Off camera, Michael Flaherty said that he is expecting maybe 30,000 more people will vote in the final. Do you think that he's being optimistic? Yes or no?
I hope he's wrong.
It could be a little bit more than that. I mean, it was 140 who showed up, and that's about 40,000 more.
I want to see 295.
Or 30,000 more. So
you want to see 295?
Yes, there is no excuse.
Listen,
None.
the key for these candidates are who are those 30,000, and can you get them for vote for you? That may make the difference
Mayors
in the election,
decide COVID.
right?
Mayors decide your kids' classrooms. Let me go down the list. It's mayors who end up doing all the work.
Which leads us to our next question. Lots of chatter about how Andrea Campbell and Kim Janey split the black vote. Their numbers were almost identical. Was that the likely explanation for the losses, or is that sort of simplify a contest that is far more complicated, since they are two very different candidates, Rob?
I mean, it's part of the explanation because they both finished about 3 points out of second place. But the simple explanation about what happened here is Janey blew her chance. She was the acting mayor. She had a head start in this race. She blew it. She had a bunch of gaffes. She didn't govern boldly. She blew her chance to get in the final and have a chance to be the actual mayor for a full term.
Marianne.
When you lose by 2 points, that's an organizational failure, and that is especially true of Andrea Campbell, who had been in this race for a year. Kim Janey had to hire people to work for her and get her team together. She only had 5 months. But when you lose by that little, you should be able to find on Election Day 2 points. They did not, and as a result, they're not in the final.
So let me expand it a little bit. Was race an issue in this race, and will it be an issue on November 2nd?
Yes, and let me tell you why. Anissa Essabi George, in precincts that were 80% or more white, she won 44% of the vote in a 5-candidate field. So it is versus Michelle Wu, who had a more broad, sweeping win across the city, but she won the new parts of Charlestown, the new parts of East Boston, the new parts of South Boston. That's the difference there.
But she was the top vote getter in terms of numbers.
Listen, I don't think you can say race is an issue when you have 2 minority candidates in the race. Period. It's got this race will be decided on other things: who endorses, who raises more money, who has better ads.
But
And
white
who
voters-
can attract the Andrea Campbell and Kim Janey supporters?
Well, that's it.
Mostly black voters.
Right.
There.
But white voters turn out in those older precincts, and they just vote. And Anissa had all the super voters.